covering the Northern Bahamas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Leaders in the Pine Ridge community coming together to give back to the youth on Grand Bahama. Deputy Chief Counselor Ernie Barr says that the community of Pine Ridge will host the second annual Back to School Fun Day and giveaway this Saturday at the Gumbayland Skating Ring. He says this year some 1,000 school bags will be given out to the kids.
We're urging the public, along with Pine Ridge residents, to come out and support the event. It'll be between the hours of 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., where we'll be giving lots of prizes to the kids, back to school giveaway. Right now, it's a hard economical time for everybody. A lot of parents are struggling to support or actually finance the back to school supplies for their kids, so we thought it was fitting that we give back to the Pine Ridge community.
Committee member Madeline Stubbs says there are a number of sponsors on board, and she thanks the entire community for their support.
They're going to skate for free. The pass is from 12 until 4. And I just think it's such a great call that Mr. Ernie Barr has now, for the second year, allow us to come together and just be a family, just to enjoy ourselves along with our kids, you know, take some of the stress off the parents, and, you know, just let the kids know that we are here for them, let the parents know that we are here for them.
A local church on Grand Bahama will soon be celebrating their milestone. The church has been a part of Freeport for quite a number of years and has also contributed to the growth and development of the island. In this report, leaders of the church reflect on the history of the church and share some of the plans that are being put in place for the golden anniversary. Italia Hall has the details.
The St. Paul's Methodist Church has been a staple in the Grand Bahama community for many years. The ministry began some 60 years ago at the St. Paul's College on Clive Avenue. However, the church was not established until 10 years later on Beachway Drive. Former Superintendent Minister of the Grand Bahama Methodist Circuit, Reverend Dr. Emmett Ware, says 50 years is a major milestone, adding that the church has so much history on the island.
Yeah, 50 years in the life of an institution is a very important landmark, and especially in the church when we think of Grand Bahama and Freeport itself. This means that our church was one of the first churches to be established here in Freeport, and we have been serving for these many years. I should think that one of the main things we've done is to help not only in the community but also in education through St. Paul's Methodist College. And we have contributed very much through that, so we've contributed to the education, to the uplift of the community, and in many ways, the history of St. Paul's is the history of Freeport.
Superintendent Minister for the Grand Bahama Circuit, Reverend Kenneth Lewis, says the church is still actively involved with the community and there will be several activities that will take place to celebrate the anniversary. He says the Methodist churches from Andros, Eleuthera, and Turks and Caicos Island are expected to be a part of the events. He says there will be a 50 Steps initiative where church members will be able to pledge funds.
Those funds will be used to finance things like improving our sound system, repairing the chapel. You can see that we have not completed the repairs of the chapel as a result of the recent hurricanes. We're going to purchase a new generator. We're going to purchase a new bus for the church. We're going to further and increase our outreach programs such as God's Pantry, where we provide food for the poor and the needy. And we're going to increase the outreach program of feeding the aged, the shut-ins.
The celebrations will officially begin on the 22nd of October with a service at St. Paul's Church. The guest speaker will be Reverend Kermit Saunders.
24th of October, we'll have another service, and the guest preacher will be Father David Cooper of Mary Star of the Sea. And then on Friday evening at 7 p.m., which is the 26th of October, we're going to have a youth explosion, and the youth going to organize their own service and determine their own guest preacher. Then that Saturday, the 27th, we're going to have a gala banquet, black tie affair, where we're going to honor 10 persons. And those persons would have been those members who would have served here at St. Paul's for 50 or more years.
The celebrations will conclude on Sunday, October 28th with a special service. It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
The St. Paul
PW asks this question: can using weight loss products lead to eating disorders? Eating disorders often develop in the teen and young adult years, although they can develop at other ages. Symptoms vary depending on the type. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are the most common types. Today I will discuss anorexia, which is a potentially life-threatening eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of weight or shape. People with anorexia use extreme efforts to control their weight and shape, which often significantly interferes with their health and life activities. When you have anorexia, you excessively limit your calories or use other methods to lose weight, such as excessive exercise, using laxatives or diet aids, or vomiting after eating. If you are severely underweight or malnourished, hospitalization may be necessary, particularly if there are complications from the eating disorder that affect the major organs of the body, like your heart, liver, and brain. Long-term treatment involves therapy, medications, and other treatments that help to control obsessions and urges relating to food and that control depression and anxiety. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, a check on sports is up next with Rumiko Knowles.